Hello, my snowflakes. It's Siberi-Chan here. Recently, I've been getting to a lot of shows, anime, cartoons, you name it. And if you followed me for a while, you know I'm pretty easy to please. I love my over-top fight scenes, cute characters, and weird humor. But lately, something's been bothering me. I've noticed that so many of the shows I watch keep falling into the same tropes. The same tired tropes that make me want to scream into a pillow. Now, before anyone gets mad, if you like these tropes, that's totally fine. Everyone's allowed to enjoy what they like. I'm not here to ruin your fun, I'm just here to rant a little, so please grab your snacks, put on your headphones, and let's dive into the anime tropes I completely am utterly done with. Oh boy. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The average guy who's so average that the writers forgot to give him a whole personality. He's bland, expressionless, and somehow every girl in a 10-mile radius wants to fall in love with him. You know, the kind of guy who's supposed to be relatable because he exists. These characters are basically empty shells the audience can project themselves onto, and I get it. The idea is to make the viewer think, that could be me. But here's the thing, that's lazy writing. When you make a main character too generic, you remove everything that makes them human. No fears, no flaws, no real opinion, just a walking pair of eyes for us to see a story through. Instead of feeling invested, I end up feeling nothing. Examples, there are so many. Sword Art Online. The main character might as well just be a video game mannequin. The time I got reincarnated as a slime starts off investing, but then the main character just becomes flawless and untouchable. How Not to Train Summon a Demon Lord tries to make its MC cool. But it's like watching an RPG avatar recite dialogue opinions. And yet, here's the thing. Not every blind protagonist is a lost cause. Some writers actually use the generic guy setup as a starting point to growth. Take Komi Can Communicate. The main character, Tadano, is basically the definition of normal. But instead of leaving him that way, the show gives him emotional intelligence, quiet, empathy, and moments where he actually learns and changes. That's how you do it right. So, yeah, I don't hate the idea of the self-insert protagonist. I just hate when the writer treat relatable as an excuse for boring characters need depth. They need depth and conflict and flaws. Otherwise, they're just NPCs with plot armor and girlfriends. Let's talk about another one that's everywhere. The overpowered MC. Don't get me wrong, it's fun to see someone go full god mode every once in a while. Watching a hero destroy a dragon in one hit and flex their magic like a hacker in a JRPG can be super satisfying. The problem is, it stops being fun when it's all the character can do. When your main character when your character never struggles, never fails, never faces any real danger, why should I care? There are no suspense, no stakes. If I already know the MC is going to win every fight, then what's the point of even watching this show? The issue isn't being strong. It's being strong without any consequences. It's about writing characters who would have godlike powers, but still have to wrestle with real emotions, ethics, and limitations. Sadly, many shows just skip that, like Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. The guy falls into a cave, eats a couple monsters, and suddenly becomes Wolverine with guns. Then boom, harem unlocked. Or Isekai, Cheat Magician, when the characters are already broken by episode 2. Death March to the Parallel World, Rhapsody, and Wise Man's Grandchild are the same. The MC starts powerful, and just stay that way forever. There's no growth, no danger, no emotional hook. Compare that to something like Mob Psycho 100. Mob is insanely powerful, but the story isn't about his power. It's about how he handles it. His growth is emotional, not physical. That's what keeps him interesting. So yeah, power fantasies can be fun. But if your main character never learns anything, never changes, and never doubts themselves, then congrats. You don't have a hero. You have a walking cheat code in a wig. Okay, I have to take a breath before this one. I hate this trope with my entire soul. You know the one character who's just there to make gross jokes or harass the female cast while everyone laughs it off? Yeah, that guy. They're supposed to be the funny one, but instead they're just uncomfortable. It's all nosebleeds, screaming, and accidental fan service moments. And somehow we're supposed to find that endearing? I'm a female. This trope was like old back in 2005. Now it's just lazy. Let's call it this big one, Mineta from My Hero Academia. This man is the poster child for how not to write comic relief. Every time he shows up, the tone crashes, the jokes aren't funny, the timing's off, and it just makes everyone involved look worse. And he's not alone. Dragon Ball Z, Master Roshi, Inuyasha's Miracle, High School DxD, which is basically built around this, and even Demon Slayer Zenitsu dip into this territory. Don't get me wrong, comedy in anime can be amazing. It's one of my favorite things about the medium. But when your humor relies on creepy behaviors, it's just uncomfortable. Writers in 2025, we want comedy, not cringe. If your entire joke is, haha, he's pervy, maybe it's time to write actual jokes. The good old love triangle, the ultimate recipe for fandom wars. Love triangles can be powerful storytelling tools when well done, right? We can show emotional growth, conflicting desires, and real tension. But when they're done wrong, they're just emotional purgatory. You know the kind I mean. Two people clearly like each other, but then there's a third wheel who never leaves, so we have like 20 episodes of misunderstandings, almost confessions, and emotional filler, nothing happens. Nobody moves on, everyone's miserable, including the viewers. Some of the biggest offenders, Naruto's Team 7 mess, Inuyasha's, Kagome, all of them. Bleach dapples in it, and School Days, well, that one went completely off the rails. But love triangles aren't always bad. When done with emotional honesty, they can hit hard. Fruit Basket handled it beautifully. Every character feelings made sense. Toradora used it for character growth. You Lie in April turned it into a heartbreak that actually felt earned. The key to communication is, love triangles fail when characters stop talking to each other just to drag out the drama. If your romance subplot feels like a group project when nobody's doing their part, maybe it's time to just let it die. Let it die, let it die. At the end of the day, tropes aren't evil. They're tools, and when used right, they can make a story shine. The problem is when the writer stops being creative, when they copy and paste the same overpowered hero, the same bland protagonist, or the same pervy comic relief over and over again. It stops being fun. It starts being predictable. We don't watch anime for repetition. We watch it to feel something, to laugh, cry, cheer, or scream at the screen. And that's hard to do when your main cast feels like cardboard, like catchphrases. So now I want to hear from you. What tropes are you completely done with? Or what's ones that you still love, even when it's cringe? Drop your takes in the comments. If you like this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more chaotic anime opinions, and let me know if you want a part 2. Because trust me, we've only just begun. This is Siberi-Chan signing off, and remember, if you ever find yourself trapped in a generic isekai harem, at least you're not Mineta.